at Lexus.com.
Man, there's some things in football. I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm 200 years old. But at some point on this offense, and we try to figure out what it's going to look like, first of all, I go where the money goes. And you paid your quarterback and those two wide receivers a lot of your salary cap. And that's got to be a big part of this offense overall. And the second thing that's never going to change, no matter what kind of offense you run, 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, especially with a backup field goal kicker, and you're not real sure that you got to be able to get that yard. And I'm not talking about getting creative by throwing it out wide to one of your speed guys, and you just got to be able to run it. Now, my number one choice would be Ollie Gordon II. At 6'2", 225 pounds, it looked like the other night, he was like, man, everybody's hurt. I'm going to show these friggin' guys I should get carries in that first game.
Can I just pose a question?
No, I'm not done. I'm not done before you get going here again about 20 trick plays you want to run.
I'm just asking you what if they can't do it?
Woody, they have to do it. Woody, this is not, well, we tried it once. A guy shot through, linebacker shot. Look at, you talked about this 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and 3rd and a yard and a half and 3rd and inch has been a problem for a while. I know we don't run quarterback sneak. Okay, you got to be able to hand the ball off. Or why did we move up in the second round to get a guard? And why did we go out? And the one guy we paid money to was the right guard. Like, you got to be able to run the football. You got to be able. I'm not saying 5 or 6 yards.
You can't. If it's just.
Oh, my
because,
God.
Joe, you've spent how many months now have you spent talking about the offensive line and it's
they
not good
knew,
and the depth and
they
all
knew. I'm talking about the guys they have right now. Now you're throwing out a ton of things. I'm not talking about the 8th and 9th guys on the offensive line running. I'm talking about the guys they have right now.
Okay.
You got to be able to get that. You got to be able to get a yard. If you don't, it's going to be a long season.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just throw it out in the flats and go, oh, we didn't fool them. They were ready for it.
Someone suggested the Wildcat.
We don't have Ricky and Ronnie back there. Let's start with that. Let's start with that.
You could have Achan and Ollie.
There's a lot of different parts. That's just that's a really not.
We'll say a lot of these teams you're talking about. Most teams have a quarterback that can sneak for a yard. You can't run a QB sneak. It's out of the playbook.
God!
It's
so now you're right.
Dolphins.
You're right. We don't run it. We don't.
So if you got 4th and inches, you can't put him under center and say,
what are you trying to say? It doesn't. My answer doesn't change. Hand the friggin' ball off. Hey, hand it off. I'm not even like Tyreek. Give it to Achan. If you want to give it to Achan. If you think the defense might be thinking, oh, Achan's in there, they might try to get us isolated one-on-one and a little pass route out in the thing. Hand it off to him. He wants to show everybody he can run short yard. You got to be able to run it at some point. Listen, I love creativity, but at some point, creativity, you got to run between the tackles, and you got to find some guy in there and a double team block if need be, with a fullback leading through there in Ingold and get it and get a yard and get a half a yard.
Texter said we haven't been good at short yardage since Lusaka Polite. I was much younger then.
By the way, that was that guy was automatic. I just saw him.
But, did you?
Yeah, he was in town. That was automatic. Lusaka Polite was unbelievable.
Somebody said, I think a big missing element of the 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 is the fact that we can't and won't use a QB sneak.
Look, would it be nice?
They know, by the way, here's the thing. They know the play that's coming at them. Not that it matters, but they know the play that's coming on 4th and 1, which is why I think Mike has tried all these different, gimmicky things, but they know what's coming. That's a handoff.
Okay.
To the running back because your quarterback can't do it.
So you're right. He's not going to do it. Mahomes doesn't do it. He almost hurt his knee. They don't let him do it anymore.
He did hurt his knee, remember?
Yeah, he hurt his knee.
Yeah.
He missed a game. Did he miss a game?
I think he dislocated his kneecap and missed one game.
He blew his knee out completely and missed one game.
Yeah, well, they patched up his ACL.
Between he and the guy in Buffalo.
Yeah, high ankle
He's got
sprain.
a concussion and tells the doctor, shut up. Yeah. You want to lose your job? I'm going back in there. Now give me my damn helmet. Yeah, now get out of my way. I don't miss.
The same rehab program, yeah.
Yeah, Tua's not going to turn into Hurts.
I know.
The two best quarterbacks.
But you will admit that it doesn't help.
Yeah, but
he's the only quarterback in the NFL that can't.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, he's the only quarterback in the NFL that you're scared every time he takes a hit. where you like brace.
Okay, you switched it again.
Impact for him.
You switched the topic. You're the best at this. I can't keep up the topics. You just keep going.
He's the only quarterback in the NFL that can't take a hit.
We're talking about short yardage running. Now you're talking about him dropping back, not taking a hit. Is there anything else you want to throw in here to try to make a point? Woody, you got to be able to run the football. We can't. Okay, well, it's a new year. Maybe you can. You got to try it. The best thing they did, that first drive, they got stuffed. I was so glad. Like, keep running it. And Mike goes, no, we're going to keep running. Stuffed again. Keep running it. We're going to keep running this thing. And we got to learn that we got it on short yardage and goal line. If we need a foot to a yard or a yard and a half, we got to be able to get it. And by the way, didn't get on third down. Let's go. Go it again. Fourth down.
Here's a couple more. Why don't they change the QB on fourth and short? You can play the defense's mind. They don't really have like a running
but that takes away when you do. I
don't think anyone's going to be like really scared if Zach Wilson comes rolling out there. So instead until McDaniel is gone, this team's going nowhere. There you go.
There you go. There's a good one before the year starts, and he's getting ready to start as the head coach.
Someone wants to ask, are we bringing Restrepo home? I'll fire up the jet.
I saw Restrepo got cut in now. I'll tell you what, it wasn't from lack of Cam Ward doing everything he could, man.
Yeah.
I talked to him and said, he was mini camp. I saw him at a wedding. Yeah, he's had a good mini camp, and man, hopes he, and it's a tough one.
Here you go, Joe. This guy says in one breath, Joe says we need to rely on our money guys, Waddle, Hill, and Tua. And then in another breath, he says we need to run the ball up the middle. How many times did we try and fail? Stop saying we need to. If you can't, you can't.
How do you know in a new year? It was last year, number one. We couldn't throw the ball down the field last year either. I brought up two positions. You got two new guards you brought in. You paid one the most money. You didn't give out a lot of money in free agency. James Daniels got the most. And Savaianaya, who you took in the second round. You moved up and lost a lot of draft picks to move up and get him at 37. You got to be able to run the friggin' football.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing about, we couldn't do it the last 3 years. We can't do it again this year. And more than that, now you guys get me just friggin' fired up out of this friggin' world. Guys, we're paying two guys on the outside a lot of money. That team has said, hey, how important they go. These are franchise players. We're going to extend one and give the new one a new contract on the other side. Somebody a lot smarter than me that understands passing games and what people are doing. And the two deep has been around forever and it's not going anywhere. You work around the two deep. You got to get those two guys. Somebody smarter than me needs to figure out. A guy by the name of McDaniel, Smith, Bevel, or Slowick needs to figure out how to time up some routes and create some skinny post, deep crossing routes that they run, to corner routes, to takeoffs, to dropping the ball between a safety and a corner, and set some people up doing it, catch people in man-to-man off a blitz, all those things. We got to go to break here.
We got our first hire Gruden text of the morning.
There you go. Hey, so I will tell you, for hire and fire, it's not going to happen a week and a half before the opener. No? I know that. I don't know a lot.
What about over the weekend? You don't think they?
No, like I know we got some Gruden Corona love out there. and we also have Fire Mike. It's not going to happen a week and a half before the opener against the Colts. I don't know a lot, but I know that. He's safe. And so is Chris. If you're on the Chris Greer thing, Chris is safe too for the Colts game.
For the Colts game. And then are we week to week after that?
No, not
day to day or week to
month
to month?
No, day to day to week to week, month to month, maybe that. All right, hey, listen, we've got more stuff to get to. You
sound fired up. You are fired up this morning.
I just I don't want to hear excuses. Number one for the offense at all.
If you hear too deep, you're going to be upset. Will that bother you?
Are you tired of hearing about too deep? That's been around since 1926. Guys that are played the game when it started. Somebody created too deep. Where two safeties split the field. It's not something brand new. Yes, the original one that just sold in at the card store the other day for $900,000.
I feel like I almost need to ask you, like, how did Marino do with the 2 deep, just to really put the cherry on top of
He
this
threw about
segment.
350 touchdowns against 2 deep.
Yeah.
And
Someone also asked about the QB sneak with him. I guess he didn't run that very much.
No, I don't remember
No.
Danny running the
That wasn't a
quarterback
big
sneak.
play in that time, though, was it?
I just
QB
think it
sneak.
counts on who you have.
Yeah.
If you got a guy that's more of a physical and a guy that's more of a running quarterback, you probably ran it. But if you had a guy who can draw back in the pocket and
But guys are better athletes at the quarterback position now, though. Just in general, right? I mean, there's not a ton of like statue pocket passers anymore.
Yeah, guys are overall better athletes, yes. To your question. I'd think about for a sec, yes. But for every one of those, we had a lot. Listen, we had a lot of guys when I played, like Elway and Marino could have played Major League Baseball. It's just it's a different time.
I'm gonna lighten the mood with some headlines when we come back, okay?
Oh, is it that? Oh my God!
Yeah, you need to take a breather.
Well, I got people telling us that are a little soft. Well, we can't run it. So it's a week and a half before the open. You're telling me you can't run the football? How about let them try first before you decide? We can't run it. Matter of fact, we need a new coach. We're going to play the game. This is who we have. Well, we can't throw the ball down the field. Well, we could for the first couple years. And they tried everything, and it didn't work. Kind of like talking about Baptist Hill, South Florida for just a second here. Man, I love talking